Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most on the early morning ride. Let me say shout out to all my people going out to work this morning. Shout out to all the people coming in from work, because some people work the night shift and just got off. Extra special big up and shout out to all the people who work multiple jobs, 2 jobs, 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? My utmost respect to you. Shout out to my retirees, my stay-at-home moms and dads. Shout out to the entrepreneurs out there, the truck drivers, the Uber, the Lyft drivers, everybody that's doing a positive hustling. Manners and respect to you. Shout out to you and have a wonderful day. Before I get started here this morning. So anyways, I'm going to get right into this one and I won't be too long. Koffee has won the Grammy. Right? And she is the youngest to have won the Grammy in the category. So from now on, we're talking about Jamaica reggae music and we're talking about the category. But what I'm really going to talk about is the role it plays for women and what she forgot after she won the Grammy. Now, I know that one of the worst things you can do is to be critical about somebody when they are in the limelight and they are the new it thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same reason why when Gully Bop came out, Ninja Man didn't want to go over Sting and clash with Gully Bop because Ninja Man said it. Once you are the new wave and the masses of the crowds are behind you, there's nothing you can say wrong. And even if you say anything wrong, then the crowd will still ride with you and they will vilify the person who is criticizing you or has anything contrary to say, right? All right, check this out. Let it be known, it takes a nation, right? It takes a nation to raise, a child. It takes a nation to raise a child. So Koffee is our child, right? And we are the nation that's raising her. So here we go. It takes a nation to raise a child. I don't want anybody to take this offensively. I want them to understand what I'm saying because it feeds right into the line of what we've been talking about all week. The way how Jamaican culture has become towards women. Like, for instance, I was in Jamaica and my wife was holding the baby and we're at the airport getting ready to pick our vehicle up. Just a perfect example. And there's only one bench there. If you come out of Norman Manley International Airport when you hit Jamaica and you go into where the rental car places where you actually pick the car up, not inside, but outside where you pick the car up, there's only one little bench there to sit on. We got there, it was hot as hell. You know, sir, and she's holding the baby, and I'm taking all the bags and everything, right? And a brother came out, and he just pushed his way through, sat down on the one little bench, you know, sprawl off wide on the bench like this, bend over so. He ate his patty. He was eating a patty and drinking some kind of drink. And him sitting there and him eating food. He never once said, like how old-time Jamaican men or a generation gone before would say, well, mommy, it's hot out there now. Have a seat now. Sit down with the baby now. You know what I'm saying? Just that general little show that we care for the woman type thing. It has left our culture, pretty much. Now, when I watch Koffee, I cheered for her the whole way. I kind of knew she was going to win the Grammy. And I'm happy that she won the Grammy. Right? Because it does bust open our next door. Right? That's all. But I want you to go back to about 2002. If you're born 2002 and you're on here this morning, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But go back to 2002 when Halle Berry won, I believe Halle Berry won the Oscar. I want to say it's the Oscar. And when Halle Berry won the Oscar, Halle Berry was so emotional. She cried and everything. All right. People say that's acting. But when she got up on that stage, right, what she did, she opened her mouth to say names. And she said, this is for every woman of color that has paved the way for me, that has been here before me doing great work and went unrecognized. The door is open tonight, right? So I was expecting something along that lines because, you know, I could make excuses and I could say, well, maybe, you know, she's only 19 years old. She's created history, straight up. She's the youngest to ever win the Grammy in reggae music. And she is also the only female to have ever won in the album category for dancehall reggae music. People are going to try to correct me and say, Lady Saw win Grammy already. Lady Saw won a Grammy for a song that she did with No Doubt. So she won a partial Grammy, if you know what I mean. It had to do with best collaboration on a single. It wasn't for a album. Go look it up. Now, she created history. It was the people behind her. Maybe she was lost in the moment and she just didn't wrap her mind around too much of what to say. But she seemed very composed when she was there, right? She seemed very composed when she was up there. Yes, she's only 19. I know that. I just said that. And I said this is not about bashing. This is why I don't read comments when I talk. I read them after because people get in their feelings. Some people come in late when you're talking and they miss the beginning, the opening. Me saying she's 19, me saying it takes a nation to raise. See, we have this thing where, let me sidetrack for a little bit. We have this thing where nobody mustn't tell us anything. And if the person is winning, then just leave them, let them win. Don't say nothing. That is why I didn't do Koffee won the Grammy like everybody else did, because I wanted to say what I had to say at a more opportune time when I could actually spell out what I had to say. There is no vindictiveness in what I'm saying. I am saying what I'm saying. When we fail to be corrected or to take lessons, I learn from you. You learn from me. That kind of thing. If we ever get the mindset where nobody can teach me anything or my age is an excuse, then we're going to be going the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So here I'm say. She won the Grammy. And she went up, she got her speech. Everybody did happy, right? All right. Why I used, congratulations, of course, why I used that actress, Halle Berry, as an example, is kind of the same thing. It was a missed opportunity when she did her speech. The missed opportunity was for her to say stuff like, she did say, this one is for Jamaica. I was kind of taken aback when she got up there and she thanked only men. She thanked only men. There was the opportunity to say, this one is for Janine. This one is for Kalissa. Y'all could go look these girls up. They've been there before Koffee. They do righteous, good reggae music as well. This one is for Janine. This one is for Kalissa. This one is for Issa. This one is for Serafina Mono. This one is for Sister Nancy. Sister Nancy sing Bam Bam. Look this up as well. This one is for Marcia Griffiths. Sister Nancy Bam Bam is the most sampled reggae music track in the history of reggae music. Even last night, I was watching something on Hulu, or was it Netflix, a movie, an American movie, and in the scene where they're in the party, I heard, bam, bam, say what a bam, bam. And I said to Brains, I said, babe, you know, I said, Sister Nancy, I get a check for that, right? So, Lady G, no care my name, no spread no rumors, show me enough respect. Lady G been championing the right for women to be respected and be treated with dignity from way back when. You know what I'm saying? Me born come see it. So there were a long list of women, and I don't know if she realized her powers, but she kicked in that door. Of course, you know how the Grammy selection process goes as well. So, but when she got up there and she thanked like a Marley, Stephen Marley, big up to Stephen Marley, big up to the Marleys, period. Them father set it for them. When you go up there and you thank like a Marley, and then you thank people who they've won Grammys, they're men. They've won multiple Grammys. None of our women have been there. You know what I'm saying? So you should have, I don't know if I shouldn't say she should have. I'm choosing my words carefully because people get real sensitive. It's just like Kobe Bryant just passed away, right? The helicopter went down. It went down with him and his daughter on it. You have people who won't even cry for their family members, and they're good family members too. Me not talk about the bad cousin or the uncle that rob you. I'm talking about their good family members. They won't even cry as much or mourn as much or light up social media as much for those family members. Right now, some of them have some family members that could really use their help or their presence or a few good words from them. And they won't even tune into that family member. So everybody wants to be a part of what it is now. So when everybody starts to mourn, even people who weren't into basketball or didn't even care about who Kobe Bryant is, I bet you'll see them now. Rest in peace, Kobe. I love you so much, Kobe. This, that, Kobe, and all that, right? It's the same thing when you are that. She is the Grammy kid. Don't say nothing bad. So if I try to be critical or I try to critique something a little bit, I expect people to be in their feelings because they want to be a part of the high. They want to be a part of the high. But remember, after the high fizzles away, then there's the reality. You know what I'm saying? And listen what I'm saying. This ain't no self-praise, no self-recommendation for me. I don't need it from nobody. I'm not doing nothing special. I'm opening eyes. So hopefully Koffee herself will see this because I know she's brilliant and she's very mature even though she's 19. I was the one that came out and defended her on social media telling people stop calling up her name and stuff that because they're saying, oh, she just like a boy. I bet she should go that way there. Them will give her the Grammy because the LGBTQ family is behind her. All this other stuff. And I'm the one that did video on that saying, like, don't do it. Don't do it. She's only 19. She's from a country that is, and a culture that is set a certain way. I am sure that Koffee is aware that many Jamaican females are sexually molested at some point or another. I'm sure she's aware of how much men go after little girls and young girls. Big grown men force themselves upon young girls. I am sure she consciously is aware that this ain't my style. And she probably chose that from a very young age to have a conscious mind. This ain't my style. Me not wear no battle rider. I'm not wearing no pum-pum shots. I'm not showing up my body parts. I'm not singing no songs that has to do with skin out my pum-pum. Not saying that everybody doesn't have their place on the spectrum. But I'm saying I'm sure she made these wise choices, you know what I'm saying, a while back. And her making those wise choices a while back has led her to where she is at now. She didn't have to do any of that stuff. And consciously, she wants to be represented by her music and the words in her music, which is a powerful move. Where majority of our females in the industry, if you look at, I shouldn't even say if you look at, because this is another reason why I'm saying she should have big up some people that are females in the industry because they are doing the same thing she's doing. As far as choosing to not use certain types of language, choosing to be a good, upstanding example for our females, grown and little, choosing to carry yourself in a certain manner, so man have no right, no choice but to respect you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. John 9. Have you ever taken in John 9? Have you ever listened to Kalissa? I'm just saying, it was a perfect time to say, this one is for the women of Jamaica. This one is for the young girl. Imagine how powerful that would have been. If she said this one is for the young girls of Jamaica, you don't have to strip down yourself and show your body naked out in public. You can make it here too. That would have been extra powerful. You know what I'm saying? The fact that she got up there and only thanked men is what I'm saying took me back a little bit. Because I was waiting for the, boom, we kicked the door in tonight. We're doing something revolutionary. Now this one is for so-and-so. Sister Nancy, the this, the that, the ones, you know what I'm saying? I asked an artist one time, I said, why is it that when, because I get a lot of, SouFlo, the artist here, and put out a hot song. It'll burn up the place right now. Do a review upon it. And I said, I always say to them, do you contact the artist as well? And say, yo, check out the vlogger here, SouFLoTV. He might do him thing, you know. Big him up now. It works both ways, right? It works both ways. So I asked a particular artist, I said, how come when we take your music, right, bring it to the platform, I mean, I put my work in day and night. I've gone, you don't just wake up overnight and build a platform on YouTube that has 200 and something thousand subscribers in our genre. You know what I'm saying? In our genre. And have people that aren't even off your genre following. So I put my work in on my end, and thankful to all the people that find it sensible enough to give it their time. That's why I say manners and respect every time. I thank you for your time, because you could have been on another million channels, but you tune in here, and I appreciate that. However, when we build these platforms, and then we say, you know, so the artists here are going good. Let me take this artist and highlight this one song, right? Like me do a Ja Peaks. How come the artists, when the artists get their stage, they go to Jamaica, they're on stage with Mr. Winford Williams. You know what I'm saying? Big brother Winford, shout out to On Stage. They go to On Stage with Mr. Winford Williams, or they go to TVJ, or they go to any one of these big platforms anywhere. They never look and say, yo, you know, big up to the vlogger, yeah man, the vlogger that always big me up, you know, and he has quite a large size following. And a lot of them, because I've sent my audience before, I said, go over here, like this tune, subscribe to the channel, and tell them that SouFLoTV sent you. And I'll go over there to see if you actually support me like that enough to support somebody that I'm sending you to support. And I go over there and I see SouFLoTV sent me, SouFLoTV sent me, SouFLoTV sent me, big up yourself, nice song, SouFLoTV sent me, big up yourself, nice song, SouFLoTV sent me. So I know my family showing up over there, right? And then they get their big platform and not a mention of big up SouFLoTV, you know, because him send him audience over to my thing. And even though my name is big as an artist, I'm on YouTube, and as even with my big name, I only have 5,000 subscribers. You know, so it goes both ways. One hand washes the other, you know? And if we're gonna be revolutionary and really kick doors in, now mind you, I've said many things could have happened. The artist said to me when I asked him, how come they never big up there? The artist said, let me get on track. The artist said, boy, SouFlo, for telling the truth, it's like when you reach on the stage, right, to go do your interview and thing, it's like the bright lights them on you, the host them asking you so many questions, and it's just so many things running through your mind that you forget We could make a million excuses. She could not have called everyone's name. She didn't have to call everyone's name. A simple sentence could have covered everyone. This is for the females, the women of my country, Jamaica. She just said, this is for Jamaica. Jamaica has won countless Grammys. I checked off 20-something last night, and they were all men. You know what I'm saying? So this is for Jamaica is what? Number 21 for Jamaica? I'm saying, when we have these kind of conversations, I like for people to be like deep thinkers more than emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get emotional, you start to like bat away the message. You start to like feel defensive, like you have to defend her when she is not being attacked. I've already said it. It takes a nation. For instance, when I started SouFLoTV, right? If you go back and look at my older videos, even some of them I've taken them down to, I've privated them. I didn't take them down because I might need them in the future. So in case I have to go back to being that. But I used to curse a lot. And I used to be very derogatory on YouTube. And this was just a few years ago, and YouTube had different rules. It was a subscriber that said to me, SouFlo, listen, your platform is kind of different. I go through all the Jamaican stuff on YouTube. You're actually really having serious discussions and you're talking sense. So hear what? I was watching you the other day and my little daughter was next to me. And when you got to the cursing part, I was so shocked. I had to like hurry up and like silence the thing and pause it and ask her to leave the room or take myself to another room. And I think that that's going to stifle you or slow your growth on YouTube, or, you know what I'm saying? You can reach a larger audience. You could build a bigger platform. This time I probably had like 5,000 subscribers, if that much. And I listened to that. And it wasn't one person that told me that. It was quite a few. And I listened to that. And me listening to them, me not thinking I'm too big to learn, I say, you know what? May I switch up the platform? I'm going to stop doing, Father and Sons TV, there. Me see already, you know, brother. I'll just keep the fire burning, yeah? Me listening to them is what I said, you know what? I need to stop cursing. I went to this Rastaman place one morning, me and my wife again, to get some Ital food for breakfast. And the Ras said, SouFlo, wagwan, manners and respect, blessings king. And me say, yeah, blessings my lord. And him say, you know why me love watch your thing? Because I see my youth them now, the whole heap of nasty language and them thing there. I don't make it getting at them meds if I can help it. You see me? So when me switch on your thing now, me know say it not gonna be a bag of garbage me a feed into my children, them psyche, and I took that as, okay, yes, this is what I want to hear. So we not too big to learn. You know what I'm saying? We're not too big to learn. And another person told me this: if you're looking for excuses, then, or if you're the type of person that like to slide by on excuses, then your whole life will be about excuses, because there are 100 billion trillion excuses out there that you can always use. Just come to the table, face what it is, fix up, and forward better the next time. That's it. You know, life is not as complicated as we make it to be. Come to the table, see it for what it is, forward better the next time. I really went home and I said to myself, you know, sir, all that bad word I'm cursing on there and all that person was right. It's really alienating me, because I do the same thing. You're not going to have your children around and you're watching Netflix and a big sex scene come on, I don't want my 5-year-old daughter there seeing raw sex on television right in front of her. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, oh, pause, turn it off. Okay, Nika, go to your room, baby. Go play in your side. Let me finish watch this. Or you're going to leave that program altogether and find something more appropriate that you can watch with your child around. So I don't want to have one of those platforms where I have to hide what I'm saying depending on who's around. I want to be able to speak because intelligent people can find ways to, and these are lessons that I bring to teach my people. Intelligent people can do two things. One, you're able to express yourself without using profanity. No derogatory language needed to say how you're really feeling. Two, you don't need to disrespect another person who shares a different point of view than you do. And we know that in our culture, that's a big problem. You know how many people, oh, panda, your mother, you're gone. As soon as you say something that is different from what they're saying, and now, mind you, you never disrespected them in any way or anything. That's one of the biggest problems we have. And believe it or not, this same mentality is what leads to our inability to solve simple issues. Why you think the murder rate, little Jamaica, man, over 1,000 people. Some year we go 1,600 and something. Some year we go 17 something, 13, 1,400 people being murdered at the hands of their own people. This wasn't no white supremacy group come kill black people. This wasn't no other foreign agent or entities. This is us killing us over disagreements. It's some chop up, it's some stab up, it's some shooting over disagreements. Yeah, because everybody's a bad man, but it's also the mentality that, yo, you can't tell me nothing. That, yo, I'm gonna take no talk from no man. Don't y'all hear that all the time? No boy can't program me, no man can't tell me nothing, dog. And the females say it too. And that's how we flex. And we use it in our relationships. And that's why you see us going from man to man to man to man as women, and from women to women to women to women as men, on top of the gallus culture, of course, and one gal must have 3 man and all that other stuff. It affects us in every facet of our life. So me bringing up something like Koffee won the Grammy, I stated everything that was good about it. I said that she created history. The first female to win a Grammy in a reggae album category, and the youngest to ever win a Grammy in our genre of music. Facts. She kicked a door open. Facts. My thing is, with the reality of how we're living, that was an opportunity missed. Maybe her, I don't want to call her handlers. In the entertainment industry, they say handlers, because somebody I tell her, say, yo, by 8 o'clock we have a TVJ appointment, and then, you know, you have the makeup people and this person, and you got to be here. And the persons who are around her that are older, more mature, that know how the ins and outs of the business go, maybe they should have said, one for the ladies. This is for the woman them of Jamaica. Yeah? Because Jamaica been getting Grammys. But the women them never win one. And I've even said this before. I said, I'm tired of going to like stage shows and I see 20 man come out and perform. I didn't notice that. 20 man come out and perform. And it makes me think like, aren't there women in music? Don't we have women doing music? When you go a dance now, 500 man on the dance floor. The women have to be like, you know what I'm saying, ducking and running one side, cause she don't want to get elbow or kick up, cause him and his 20 man friend is dancing, wind up for the video light and all this. Like, the inclusion of our women is what I'm talking about. For me, this was a missed point where she should have said that. I just would have loved to have heard, there were so many other great women that came before me and, said they did. Manners and respect, Ali B, aka Alpha TV. Blessings, thank you. They should have, I would have been great. I was grinning from ear to ear just to see her. She took so long to get to the stage. And the whole place went silent. And I noticed when the Marleys win their Grammy, even though it's the same Marley over and over, the whole place, and the place went silent when they call Koffee. And of course, she's new, right? And she's making her way to the stage. I would have really been grinning ear to ear had she came up and said something. What I'm saying is, when we get these large platforms, we have to use it. Somebody told me that. And that's why I started doing my stuff the way I'm doing it. Because I saw sense in what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that Koffee and her people see this and see sense in what I'm saying. And we can carry on the greatness. I am absolutely sure she will be on that Grammy stage again. It was crazy watching. Before I did this video last night, before I went to bed, I said, let me look up Halle Berry. Because Halle Berry, when I was growing up, Halle Berry was every man wanted a Halle Berry. Well, every black man anyway. Well, I don't know, a white man do want her to, but Halle Berry was beautiful to us. She was that girl on the silver screen, right? At one point. I stopped following Halle Berry when she did the Monsters Ball movie because of a scene in the movie, actually. And it's funny because that's the same movie that won her that Oscar. Go watch Monsters Ball and you'll see how Billy Bob Thornton, he played this drunk redneck and he got to have his way with who we considered one of our queens. And I don't know, I was just turned off and I said, I'll watch another movie them again. I think it was recently I watched another one of her movies, but it was funny to watch her last night again on another interview where she was talking, because I watched her acceptance speech first. I said, let me make sure that what I say the right things tomorrow morning. Did she thank those? And I know she did, but I had to go make sure. And she did. Just YouTube Halle Berry's Oscar acceptance speech 2002 and listen to her speech. And you see how powerful that was. Here's the sad thing though. Watching years later, this is what Halle Berry said recently. She said that Oscar meant nothing to Hollywood. Her Oscar meant nothing to Hollywood. And they were trying to take it and say that she said her Oscar meant nothing to her. She said it, I listened to her give that interview. She said 15, 17 years later, 20 years later, 22 years later, or 20 years later, because it was 2002, or 21 years later, however you want to take it, it meant nothing to Hollywood. At the time when I got it, she said, I felt pumped up. And I felt like, yes, a door had been kicked in. So she got up there and she said, this one is for every woman of color who now knows that this is possible because this door is now open. And it starts with one, right? And not one has ever won it ever since. She is still the only woman of color or African-American woman to ever win that award for a leading role. Anyhow, she tried and she did not forget all the others. And she used that platform in that moment to let everybody know what it was. So That was actually what started the hashtag Oscars So White movement. Because people realized after she said it, they were like, oh, whoa, wait. They went way back. Dorothy Dandridge? Something didn't? No? What? Wow. They really don't award black women. Wow. Thank you, Halle, for using that moment and being so conscious at that exciting moment to put that message to the forefront. Well worth the effort. So again, big up to Koffee. Shout out to Koffee. She's the youngest to have ever done it. And she is the only female to date to have ever done it. And the LP, which was released as an LP, was actually considered to be an album and got awarded a Grammy. I think it only had 4 songs on it. So she cut all kinds of path and kicked off about 3 different doors. A LP considered as a album for a Grammy. That wasn't done before. 19 to do it tells you you're not too young to trot down the right path, right? And also, she's a girl, which would tell all the other girls that I'm out there, I could do it, and I could do it young, and I don't have to go the stripper route. I don't have to go the boom pan body and suck off cocky route. Pardon my language this morning, but a little bit of rawness goes a long way, right? Me not gonna say nothing more raw to you, but that's true. It's exactly what it is, and that's what I was looking for. So, anyways, with that said, manners and respect, everybody. It's a beautiful day here. I feel warm already. I'm sure it's gonna be a gorgeous day. Make sure y'all surround yourself with love. And you already know what I always say. Keep conscious, man. It's okay to not follow the crowd. Yeah? When everybody else is saying, yeah, it's okay for you to kick back and say, maybe not. And of course, you're going to have majority of the crowd turn around to look at you and say, boo you. But that's okay, because in time to come, they will turn back around again and say, you know, say you did right. It's the same mouths that curse you, the same mouths turn around to praise you later on, right? So stay on your deen. Stand firm. As long as you're standing firm in righteousness and consciousness. That's all I got to say, all right? SouFLo, you have 4 minutes before the youth them call. You know what? I'm not going to do that this morning. Thank you, Yolanda Parkinson. Thank you for reminding me, actually. What I'm going to do is I don't have my other phone with me this morning. So if I'm going live on this phone, there's no way anybody could call in. Tomorrow, I will have my business phone with me. And whoever wants to call in can call in. So we're going to start doing the call-ins in the mornings and really sharing the platform so I'm not the only one up here talking. And we'll start that tomorrow morning. All right? So next time you see me on here, I'll have, and you can call in and say what you have to say, and we'll really be sharing a platform then. All right. So with that said, have a wonderful day. Somebody says Koffee wears briefs. Who don't like it? Tough. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. And people are entitled to what they want to say, man. People are always going to say things about you that are less than favorable. But don't ever let that stare you. It's not staring Koffee in a different direction. You know what I mean? She's 19, but she's focused. Do King Entertainment channel. Big up yourself, brother. How you know what she weirdo? Yeah. And that's where that conversation will lead you to. Because one person is going to say, she wear a brief, you know, she wear man clothes and our clothes, a man. And what are you going to say? Other than try to argue something that none of y'all know. You know what I mean? I leave people to talk what they want to talk. I have learned to look past certain things, or you see it and either you're going to use it as a teaching point, or you just don't let it even sink into your psyche, into your being. You just make it bounce off. You ever see a turtle back when rain a fall? It just bounce off. And you got to be like that with some of these comments and some of these people, because we don't all get there at the same time. We don't all get there at the same time. I don't know. I started trying to be a better person at a really young age. So I think, yeah, we don't all get there at the same time. Some people find consciousness in their 30s and 40s and 50s, and some people find it in their teens. And that's another thing that's hard sometimes. But you understand that, and you begin to learn how to move amongst people. I respect everybody, even the people who share different opinions than I do. I still think I can learn from them. And I respect their opinions. Just don't make it disrespectful. I can only take so much of it, and then I just block, delete. So they waste their times, right? Like, real quick before I go, hear this. I love when people actually spend their time on SouFLoTV leaving one long comment about bare disrespect. I don't even read it. I read into the first half of the starting sentence, or I just scan over it quickly. Your comments deleted. You are blocked from the channel. So you wasted your time and you're blocked from the channel. That means any other video I ever put up, you will never be able to comment. But some people, their lives are sad. Like, they really find time to build a new fake channel and another fake channel to come back and say the same thing that they got blocked for in the first place. Father and sons, you, my brother, you're on YouTube, right? And I keep telling people, go check your channel out. This is a message for you. I didn't know how to deal with them when I first started YouTube as well, right? I used to spend a lot of time cursing out other people. Like, they curse me, I curse them back. They tell me about under my mom, I tell them the same thing back. And we go back and forth and back and forth. And then I realized this isn't good for my channel, because conscious people that are tuning in are turned off when they see this. Most of us nowadays, when we watch something or tune in somewhere, the first thing we do is we scan through the comment section real quick. And if they scan through your comment section, my brother, and they see beer, suck this and this, that, and F this, and they're going to click right off. So you're going to be building a platform for ignorant people only. And that's what your channel is going to be known for. Sensible people are going to know that, boy, I don't even go over there because I can't comment. And once I comment, like 50 ignorant people tell me about under my mom and run me off the channel. So I just go to other channels. That's why I started monitoring my comment section so much, because I didn't want the idiots over there. I wanted conscious people on my channel, people I can learn from, as well as people who are open to sensible conversations. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, lesson taught. Block and delete and keep it moving. Those who are conscious will come and they'll stay. And those who aren't meant for that platform, once they realize that there's no warm reception there for them, they'll keep it moving. I realized that me answering them, I was actually creating a home for them. I was rolling out the welcome mat for them. I was making them feel like, yes, today me I go, today, have to get on SouFLoTV, because me and him I got cussed today. You know, and it wasn't working. It wasn't working for me. I would get off the computer upset as hell. And then I'm like, me and my wife used to talk about it, because she used to take stuff. I mean, she's a woman. She used to take stuff even deeper, you know. And then me and she decide, say, listen, block and delete and keep it moving, man. All right, so. Exactly. Cleone says, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. So just do you. And that is exactly so. The universe will send or gravitate towards you those who are in tune with your message. There's only so many times the people who are not will come around. And after a while, they'll disappear. So, see there. All right. Manners and respect, people. Blessings. Have a wonderful day. Again, make sure you be careful out there. I read a comment yesterday where somebody said to simply leave your home and go off to work for the day and make it back home safely is a blessing that we overlook a lot. All right. Bless upon yourself. Be careful out there. We live in a beautiful world with a lot of crazy people around us. And not only that, but things happen. Yeah? Stay safe. One love. See you tomorrow, and tomorrow I will have the phone with the call in so you can call in as well. Big up on yourself. Peace.